alone. I beg of you, truly. That's my only request. Leave me alone. Be miserable somewhere else, please.
That's Hailey Bieber, raw, emotional, and clearly at her breaking point. But what pushed her here? After staying silent while celebs threw shade and fans speculated nonstop, she's finally cracking under the spotlight.
I'm minding my business. I don't do anything. I don't say anything. Leave me alone, please.
This isn't just another internet feud. It's Hailey pleading for peace while the world watches her fall apart. The cracks have been showing for a while, and now they're impossible to ignore. So how did it all spiral this far? Let's rewind the drama and spill the tea. Hailey Bieber's unraveling didn't happen overnight. It's been brewing for years under a storm of controversy and public obsession. The entire situation has become one massive viral moment that's impossible to escape, even if you wanted to log off. The internet has literally turned into a 24/7 Hailey hate scrolling experience, and we're about to break down exactly how we got here. The origin story of this drama starts not with one isolated incident, but with layers upon layers of controversies that have been snowballing since day one. The core tea begins with the timeline controversy surrounding her marriage to Justin Bieber in 2018, when Justin literally speed ran from Selena Gomez to Hailey in record time. This immediate shift created an endless supply of conspiracy theories and fan theories about potential overlap that has literally never stopped trending. The "how did we get here so fast" energy was off the charts, and the internet's math just wasn't mathing for millions of dedicated Jelena stans. The timeline speculation became everyone's favorite group chat topic, with receipts being pulled from everywhere. Despite Hailey maintaining her narrative, stating on the Call Her Daddy podcast in 2022, "I was never with him when he was in a relationship with anybody," the comments section of the internet refuses to let it go. The engagement and wedding announcement came so quickly that Selenators literally built entire PowerPoint presentations, proving their theory that their ship was still sailing when the new one came into port.
Have you guys ever spoken?
Yes.
And then like recently? No, I don't guess not recently, but like after your marriage.
Yes. So that's why I'm like, it's all respect, it's all love. Mm-hmm. That's also why I feel like, well, if everybody on our side knows what happened and we're good and we could walk away from it with clarity and respect, then like,
right,
that's fine.
But Stan Twitter wasn't having it when YouTube, documentaries, and TikTok investigations dropped in 2024, basically doxing Hailey's entire past, claiming she was literally stalking Justin before their relationship. These content creators served receipts about fan accounts allegedly tracking Justin's location and connections being leveraged to orchestrate meetups. The narrative that she trapped Justin into marriage went mega viral, creating an entire ecosystem of hate content. These Hailey exposed compilations were getting millions of views, with commentary channels making entire series about her alleged stalker behavior. What's especially insane is how these narratives evolved from fan theories to seemingly legitimate investigations. TikTok sleuths created hour-long deep dive videos analyzing old tweets from when Hailey was literally 15, connecting dots that may or may not have been there. By 2025, Hailey's PR team was literally in crisis mode, exploring legal options to combat what they called completely fabricated content. But the internet moves faster than lawsuits, and the damage was already trending in 87 countries. The situation evolved into complete chaos when allegations of racism and mean girl behavior started trending from Hailey's digital footprint. Ancient tweets from her teenage era, allegedly containing problematic content, started circulating like wildfire, though the screenshots remain sus and unverified. Critics basically created a whole highlight reel claiming she's been serving main character villain energy since day one, pointing to accusations from hospitality workers and social media forensic analysts who've been dissecting her every post as subtle shade towards Selena. The doxing extended to her childhood friend group, with people creating entire TikTok series about her high school behavior. Screenshots from private group chats allegedly from 2011 surfaced, though their authenticity was questionable at best. The internet literally became CSI, Baldwin edition, with armchair detectives analyzing yearbook photos for signs of early mean girl energy. What started as gossip evolved into a full-blown investigation, with Hailey Bieber exposed compilations getting added to playlists next to murder mystery documentaries. What's absolutely wild about this hate train phenomenon is how coordinated and systematic it became. Social media algorithms algorithms literally weaponized the drama, with TikTok's For You page and Instagram's Explore page serving rage-bait content 24/7. The machine learning literally learned that Hailey hate content equals engagement, creating an endless cycle where the algorithm prioritized increasingly dramatic takes. Users reported getting Hailey hate content even after blocking related hashtags, suggesting the system was deliberately pushing inflammatory content to drive interaction metrics. The climax hit during early 2023's Eyebrowgate controversy, where Hailey lost nearly 1 million Instagram followers in real time, as the internet collectively decided her and Kylie Jenner were absolutely dragging Selena's beauty routine. Live tracking of her follower count became a spectator sport, with stan accounts providing minute-by-minute updates as her numbers plummeted. The collective unfollowing was so synchronized it looked like an organized protest movement. The mass unfollowing spawned its own genre of content, with compilation videos showing the real-time statistics synchronized to dramatic music. Commentary channels went live for hours covering the Great Unfollow, treating it like election night coverage. Even though everyone involved was like, that's not the vibe, the damage to Hailey's reputation literally broke the internet, becoming a case study in viral mob mentality. The main character moment arrived in early 2025, when TikTok creator Courtney Presto went live with allegations that Hailey liked a video completely roasting Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. Hailey's team immediately issued a no-statement statement, but the discourse was already trending #1. This specific drama tap-danced on the existing narrative that Hailey was allegedly pressed about Selena's glowing up in life, a theme that literally lives rent-free in stan culture. The alleged like situation became its own mini-drama series, with screenshot analysis tutorials teaching followers how to fake activity receipts. Tech accounts explained how likes could be manipulated through third-party apps, turning the entire incident into a crash course in social media forensics. The discourse spiral was so intense that Instagram released a statement about account security, though it was widely ignored by the discourse machine. The psychological impact finally manifested when Hailey addressed these painful rumors in April 2025, marking a rare IRL acknowledgement of how the parasocial hate was affecting her mental health. Sources in her circle spilled that the intensity of online harassment, combined with mom duties to baby, Jack Blues, born August 2024, literally pushed her to her breaking point. And honestly, we can't blame her. The pressure of maintaining perfect motherhood aesthetics while being the internet's most hated person created an impossible situation. What makes this entire situation absolutely unhinged is how interconnected every narrative has become. The alleged beef with Selena, the cultural appropriation callouts, remember that brownie glazed lips controversy, the service worker allegations, and the constant subtle accusations that she's allegedly manipulative in her relationship with Justin. Each controversy feeds the others, creating a content creator's dream feedback loop, but an absolute nightmare for Hailey's mental health. The ecosystem of hate content had become so self-sustaining that even positive achievements couldn't escape recontextualization into negative narratives. The cultural appropriation discourse alone became a graduate thesis-level analysis, with beauty historians providing context about the origins of makeup techniques and terminology. The brownie glazed lips moment transformed into a larger conversation about white creators renaming Black and Latina beauty innovations, though Hailey's specific case became lost in the broader cultural critique. The discourse created its own academic papers, with beauty schools incorporating the controversy into curriculum about cultural sensitivity. The alleged service industry behavior reports evolved into an entire genre of hospitality worker testimonials, with restaurant staff from coast to coast sharing their Hailey encounters. These stories ranged from mildly dismissive to allegedly outright rude, though the consistency of negative accounts became statistically questionable. Commentary creators started rating these testimonials, creating a whole Hailey rating system that hospitality workers could reference. The Justin relationship manipulation narrative became perhaps the most psychologically complex aspect of the hate campaign. Armchair psychologists created entire TikTok series analyzing body language and paparazzi photos, claiming to identify signs of controlling behavior. These amateur diagnoses ranged from, she's always touching him to assert dominance, to, she positions herself to block his exit routes, reaching levels of analysis typically reserved for criminal profiling. The parasocial investment in their relationship dynamics created a cottage industry of relationship. Coaches using their marriage as a case study in alleged red flags. As the pressure kept mounting, Hailey's breaking point became literally impossible to ignore when the celebrity calling out reached critical mass, with A-listers and influencers seemingly ghosting her or serving subtle shade that validated the hate campaign. The entertainment industry's collective side-eye became the ultimate endorsement of public suspicion. The moment everything went from bad to absolutely tragic was when the entire entertainment industry basically left her on read, making the public discourse feel legitimate when celebrities didn't cancel the narrative. The Hollywood iceout was subtle but unmistakable. Invitations to major events started mysteriously getting lost in spam folders. PR teams began scheduling conflicts during Hailey-adjacent opportunities. The industry's passive-aggressive ghosting reached peak petty when Fashion Week seating charts repeatedly placed her in the social Siberia of second-row corners, traditionally reserved for D-list attendees and PR agency interns. Fashion insiders noticed the trend but maintained plausible deniability, referring to logistical challenges when questioned. The most devastating hit came when Taylor Swift's Swifty army fully mobilized through her friendship with Selena. That viral moment from 2023 where Hailey literally gagged at Taylor's name instantly became the internet's most shared meme, and Selena's response was chef's kiss, defending her best friend with, "So sorry, my best friend is and continues to be one of the best in the game." This exchange basically declared war, with the Swifties sliding into Hailey's comment section en masse. The Swifty invasion transformed Hailey's every social media post into a lyric-quoting battlefield. Taylor's discography became ammunition, with fans interpreting songs like "Who's Afraid of Little Old Me" and "Look What You Made Me Do" as direct responses to perceived Hailey energy. The sophistication of these attacks evolved from simple hate comments to elaborate fan fiction, positioning Hailey as the inspiration for Swift's villain characters. Music critics began analyzing whether recent Taylor lyrics contained coded references to the situation, turning every album release into a potential escalation event. The Swifty Diplomatic Corps, yes, they call themselves that, organized charity drives in Selena's name specifically to spite Hailey, turning their stan energy into social activism. They created elaborate graphics showing donation receipts for mental health charities, with captions suggesting the funds were needed to help victims of online bullying, a clear reference to the eyebrow drama. This weaponization of philanthropy reached peak chaos when they began rating Hailey's charitable contributions, comparing dollar amounts, and creating monthly scorecards. The absolute chaos peaked when Hailey's attempt to clap back only made things exponentially worse. Her now iconic breakdown video literally broke the algorithm.
I'm minding my business. I don't do anything. I don't say anything. Leave me alone, please. Enough time has gone by where it's valid to leave me alone. I beg of you, truly. That's my only request. Leave me alone. Be miserable somewhere else. Please.
This TikTok served pure vulnerability, but the comment section had other plans. While some stans praised her for keeping it raw, others literally turned it into copy pasta, meme-ing her pain in the most chronically online way possible. The video spawned thousands of remixes, with creators adding everything from sad violin music to the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme. The phrase, "Be miserable somewhere else, please," became a trending sound used in everything from breakup announcement videos to pet content, completely divorced from its emotional context. The Discourse industrial complex turned this moment into content gold, with reaction channels and commentary YouTubers analyzing every micro-expression. Body language experts created hour-long breakdowns examining whether her eye movements suggested genuine distress or calculated performance. Vocal analysts documented the strain in her voice, while others questioned the editing cuts, suggesting strategic post-production manipulation. The amateur psychological profiling reached disturbing levels of invasiveness. What the internet didn't know was how badly this affected her inner circle. Sources revealed Justin himself was literally not okay, posting cryptic Instagram stories about imposter syndrome and sharing vague aesthetic posts that had everyone in the comments section playing therapist. The parasocial diagnosis was unanimous: marriage trouble brewing, and it was all allegedly because of the public pressure. Justin's social media behavior became its own category of entertainment news. Every vague poetry post prompted immediate speculation about marital status. His listening history on Spotify raised eyebrows when sad ballads about lost love appeared on his recently played list. The scrutiny extended to his liked tweets, with fans screenshot archiving everything before he could unlike controversial takes. His public playlist choices were analyzed like political speeches, with music journalists writing retrospectives about how relationship troubles allegedly influenced his curatorial decisions. The "Justin is crying for help" narrative spawned wellness check hashtags and fan campaigns begging him to leave the marriage. Mental health advocates called out the toxicity while simultaneously publishing YouTube series titled "Signs Justin Justin Bieber needs professional help. The performative concern reached peak absurdity when fan accounts started organizing prayer circles during his tour stops, complete with live-streamed vigils holding signs reading, "We're here for you, Justin." The downward spiral accelerated when multiple entertainment insiders started spilling tea about Hailey considering legal action against the creators spreading what she deemed completely fabricated narratives. She literally DME'd attorney Lisa Moore, famous for getting Cardi B that bag in her defamation case. But even this self-advocacy move was ratioed by haters claiming she was allegedly trying to silence legitimate criticism. The legal strategy discussions leaked to the public turned into mock trials on social media. Law student accounts created detailed breakdowns of potential defamation cases, using Hailey's situation as a study example. The ethics of suing content creators became a viral debate, with free speech advocates warning about censorship, while others supported accountability for online harassment. Legal education channels saw unprecedented engagement teaching defamation law through the lens of celebrity cancel culture. The most devastating plot twist? The entertainment industry's radio silence. While celebs usually rally around their own during controversies, Hailey found herself getting the Taylor Swift blank space treatment. The Jelena fanbase, those ride-or-die fans who still ship Justin and Selena, had cultural power equivalent to BTS Army, making even A-listers think twice before supporting Hailey. The entertainment industry's calculated distance manifested in increasingly obvious ways. Photography agencies began accidentally excluding Hailey from red carpet best-dressed lists, despite her objectively stunning looks. Fashion critics used coded language like "trying too hard" or "overthinking the assignment," when previously similar styles earned rave reviews. The shift was gaslighting in real time, with industry standards being retroactively applied to criticize her, while similar choices by other celebrities received praise. The mental health impact went viral when Hailey started posting about anxiety and PTSD, sharing her therapy journey with followers. The irony? Her vulnerability became content for think piece channels debating whether she was trauma dumping or manipulating the narrative. The internet's armchair psychologists had a field day dissecting whether her transparency was a PR strategy or genuine cry for help. Mental health content creators faced an ethical dilemma. Discussing Hailey's situation risked amplifying the hate, while ignoring it seemed like abandonment. The Discourse created its own controversy when reaction channels debated whether breakdowns should be monetized. Viewer comments became psychological case studies themselves, revealing how parasocial relationships distort empathy. The mental health community was forced to address questions about consent and public vulnerability. The peak irony came when Selena literally had to pull a whole press tour to calm her stance in March 2023, posting, "Hailey Bieber reached out to me and let me know that she has been receiving death threats and such hateful negativity. This isn't what I stand for." While her stans momentarily logged off their hate accounts, the core issue remained unresolved, and within weeks, the drama cycle rebooted. Selena's intervention attempt revealed the limitations of celebrity damage control. Her message generated a 48-hour peace treaty before stan accounts created backup profiles to continue the harassment. The pause allowed time for hate content creators to rebrand their channels with subtle name changes like "celebrity drama analysis" instead of explicit targeting. The temporary ceasefire became a strategy session for more sophisticated harassment techniques. The aftermath of Selena's peace attempt showed how deeply entrenched the conflict had become. Fan accounts documented instances where hate comments dropped by 60% before gradually returning to baseline levels. Psychology departments began studying the incident as an example of how parasocial relationships resist mediation, even from the objects of obsession themselves. Academic papers with titles like "When Idols Can't Control Their Army: The Limits of Influencer Power" cited this moment as a turning point in understanding fan psychology. By April 2025, the vibes were absolutely not it. Reports surfaced of Hailey literally crying over Justin's chaotic main character moment at Coachella, where he was filmed smoking while literally spiraling on stage. The clip went viral with captions like, "When you realize you might be the villain in someone's story." And honestly, the chronically online commentary was absolutely unhinged. The Coachella Incident became a multimedia event with instant meme potential. Fan accounts tracked Justin's movements across the festival grounds minute by minute, creating real-time narrative arcs about his alleged emotional state. The smoking video spawned think pieces about celebrity mental health, toxic masculinity, and the pressure of performing happiness. Music journalists compared his performance to other infamous festival breakdowns, creating a canon of celebrity meltdowns for cultural analysis. The ultimate breaking point arrived like a perfectly edited TikTok during what was supposed to be Hailey's Hailey's slay era, her professional glow-up becoming the backdrop for her literal meltdown. The absolute irony wasn't lost on the internet that her lowest emotional moment came precisely when she was being crowned in her industry. The timing created dramatic tension worthy of prestige television, with audiences unsure whether to root for the redemption arc or the tragic downfall. The triggering incident occurred at the Daily Front Row's Fashion Awards on April 24, 2025, where Hailey was supposed to be serving main character energy as Beauty Innovator of the Year for her Rhode Beauty empire. Instead, she became the center of yet another viral moment when the internet immediately started comparing receipts with Selena's past speeches. The award ceremony itself became a masterclass in tension management. Camera operators and directors faced the challenge of capturing Hailey's win without acknowledging the elephant in the room. Close-up shots attempted to convey triumph while producers nervously monitored social media reactions. The production team had prepared contingency plans for potential disruptions, including emergency commercial breaks and redirect cuts to other attendees.
I don't think that this is about me, Hailey Bieber, and Selena Gomez. This is not about this pitting between two women and division between two women. It's about vile, disgusting hatred that can come from completely made up and twisted and perpetuated narratives.
The absolute audacity came when Twitter detectives immediately served side-by-side comparisons, claiming she was literally copy-pasting Selena's energy again. The creepy copycat allegations trended simultaneously with her award win, turning what should have been her moment into yet another discourse battlefield. Eyewitnesses literally described her visibly shaking and struggling to maintain the aesthetic of "I'm unbothered" when inside she was clearly having a moment. The comparison content became increasingly sophisticated, with creators developing split-screen overlays showing alleged parallel phrasing and gestures. AI tools analyzed speech patterns, creating visualizations that supposedly proved conscious mimicry. The technical escalation transformed casual shade into full scientific proof of copycat behavior. University linguistics departments found themselves fielding requests to validate these amateur analyses. The media response to her speech revealed industry fault lines. Entertainment Tonight praised her grace under pressure, while TMZ focused on reaction shots capturing apparent discomfort. Fashion media attempted neutrality but struggled against algorithmic pressure favoring controversial angles. The editorial choices became their own story, with media literacy courses using the coverage as examples of subtle bias. The aftermath was absolutely brutal. Within 48 hours, reports surfaced about her dealing with 2 ovarian cysts, a medical condition exacerbated by stress. The internet's response? Split between genuine concern and conspiracy theories that she was allegedly using health issues as a deflection strategy. The comment sections became virtual battlegrounds between Hailey stans and hate accounts. Medical professionals entered the discourse, explaining how stress manifests physically while maintaining patient privacy. The conversation expanded to women's health awareness, with reproductive health educators using the moment to discuss ovarian conditions. However, wellness influencers faced backlash for seemingly exploiting Hailey's health issues for engagement, creating more discourse about the ethics of public health discussions. The timing of the health announcement sparked its own conspiracy ecosystem. Timeline analysts documented every public appearance preceding the cyst news, claiming symptoms were visible in retrospect. Medical TikTok accounts balanced educational content with speculation about stress-related conditions. The health revelation transformed from personal medical issue to public case study in celebrity wellness. Perhaps the most telling sign of her emotional crisis was when she started posting aesthetic sadcore content showing herself visibly distressed, paired with captions about finding inner peace. These posts, meant to be healing content for her followers, instantly became meme material. TikToks with POV, "When you realize you're not the main character," started trending, using her images as reaction content. The meme-ification of her emotional content reached disturbing levels of casual cruelty. Sound engineers created sad girl hours playlists using audio from her most vulnerable posts. Graphic designers stripped context from her distress imagery, repurposing tears into abstract art pieces. The beautification of pain became its own aesthetic subgenre, with Hailey crying core inspiring makeup tutorials and photo filters. The visual language of her distress posts sparked academic discussion about performing sadness on social media. Media studies departments analyzed how platforms reward vulnerability differently based on the poster's identity. The algorithms seemed to punish her emotional content while elevating hate responses, creating a mathematical confirmation of public sentiment. The professional fallout was immediate and devastating. Industry insiders reported that she was ghosting major opportunities, including a rumored Netflix docuseries about her girl boss journey and a major fashion collab that would have been her biggest bag yet. The fear of public scrutiny had literally taken over her career trajectory, with sources suggesting she was too mentally pressed to even leave the house without full glam and security. The entertainment contract negotiations became public spectacle. Leaked correspondence showed brands rescinding offers or adding unprecedented social media behavior clauses. Fashion houses implemented new vetting processes for ambassador selections, informally known as the Hailey Clause. PR agencies developed risk assessment matrices specifically for influencer partnerships potentially affected by fan drama. The ripple effects extended to Rhode Beauty's corporate partnerships. Sephora reportedly added emergency PR protocols to their collaboration agreements. Retail analysts tracked correlation between social media controversy and sales fluctuations. The business impact of celebrity cancel culture became quantifiable data, with Hailey's situation serving as primary case study. The plot twist came when some celebs finally broke their silence. Sexy Red went live defending Justin and Hailey, sharing footage of Justin at her birthday party, and essentially telling the internet to touch grass. But even these supportive gestures were overshadowed by the sheer volume of hate content that the algorithm kept pushing to For You pages. Sexy Red's intervention highlighted generational divides in celebrity solidarity. Younger artists expressed exhaustion with prolonged hate campaigns, while established stars maintained diplomatic silence. The support created its own controversy when fans accused artists of clout chasing by inserting themselves into drama. The supportive content struggled to gain traction against the algorithm-boosted negativity. Other celebrities attempted subtler support through liked tweets and strategic follows, creating a secret language of Hollywood backing. Fashion designers began posting cryptic supportive messages using Rhode products as props. The entertainment industry developed coded support systems to navigate public opinion, while privately offering assistance. The psychological warfare reached its peak when Hailey's team started filing cease and desist letters to content creators spreading stalker narratives. This marked a complete pivot from her unbothered queen era to full litigation mode. The response from drama channels? Double down on content while they still could, creating a final surge of hate videos before potential copyright strikes. The legal battle transformed the content landscape. Creators developed increasingly sophisticated ways to discuss Hailey without triggering actionable language. Commentary evolved to use euphemisms and coded references, turning hate speech into linguistic puzzles. Legal YouTubers provided real-time analysis of cease and desist effectiveness, essentially live tweeting the death throes of specific hate accounts. The content creator community split between those respecting legal boundaries and others dramatically reading cease and desist letters on live stream. Some channels pivoted to legal analysis of the situation, claiming journalistic protection. The cat and mouse game between content creation and legal action created a new frontier in influencer law. The cultural significance of this moment can't be understated. This breakdown highlighted how stan culture and algorithmic engagement creates literal psychological harm. The parasocial obsession with Justin's love triangle had created an environment where Hailey couldn't function in public spaces without facing coordinated harassment. Commentary channels started having whole discourse arcs about platform responsibility and the ethics of content creation. Academic institutions began documenting the phenomenon for future study. Digital anthropologists embedded in fan communities chronicled the evolution of collective hate. The case study applications expanded across disciplines: psychology departments examining mob behavior, marketing programs analyzing brand crisis management, and ethics courses debating platform accountability. As of May 2025, Hailey exists in a constant state of damage control. Sources describe her as living in survival mode, still posting, still running Rhode, still showing up with Justin, but with a noticeably different energy. The confidence era has been replaced with cautious PR moves and heavily filtered public appearances. Her breakdown has literally become a case study in digital culture courses about the real cost of viral hate campaigns and the weaponization of parasocial relationships. The entertainment industry began implementing Hailey protocols for protecting celebrities from viral harassment. Public relations firms developed new strategies for managing coordinated hate campaigns. The long-term implications extended beyond individual cases to questions about platform design and social media's role in mental health. The lasting impact? The entertainment industry is literally watching how this plays out as a reference point for managing online hate. Will Hailey's story push platforms to better protect creators and public figures? Or will it become just another forgotten moment in the endless content cycle? Only time will tell if her emotional breakdown will be a turning point for how we handle celebrity discourse in the algorithm era. The resolution of her story could fundamentally change how social media platforms handle harassment, how celebrities manage public vulnerability, and how audiences consume cancel culture content. If you enjoyed this video and are looking for more celebrity drama, don't forget to check out the suggested cards on your screen.